I've had a number of times people contact me and say that they feel like they're fading, that they're starting to not be like as conscious as they were, or they feel like they're in a dream all the time. Even though we don't understand the parameters completely of what's going on, something that is very clear is there's some manner of, I wouldn't even call it a soft kill. It's more like your consciousness is being restricted. And I don't think it's something that's unstoppable. I think that it's something you just need to push back against. As in, it's almost something that builds up really, really slowly over time. So if you never push back at all, it's going to become a problem, and you might get cut off from yourself, which would be pretty much the worst thing that can happen. Because you need to fear those who can mess with your soul, not with your body. It's kind of one of the big points of this whole game. If you've only slipped down into that a little bit, or you're not even feeling that much, or you're feeling it a lot and you don't even feel like yourself anymore, either way, this is like crunch time. If you haven't been connecting to yourself in any kind of spiritual way, this is the time to do it. For me, what that's meant is focusing and fasting. And just fasting on its own, when I'm in kind of the, I would say, like, brainwave pattern of just normal everyday, doesn't really get me very far. I just feel hungry. But if I can get into a meditative state and get into a much, I don't know what I say, like, higher, but it's definitely a different kind of way of existing, as in thinking, seeing, everything. I take it in a different way when I'm in that more meditative space than than when I'm just like running quickly, doing this, doing that, the everyday kind of stuff. Yeah, getting into that mind state first and then fasting allows you an opportunity to fix things on a much deeper, like on a spiritual level, because that's really necessary. And even though it's something I don't like, it's come to my attention that it's something that really can't be ignored. If you never do any kind of a spiritual clear out, everything just builds up to the point where you're like, even though you're still living, you're like buried alive. You're cut off from the part of yourself that's greater than here. So even though it's difficult and it's not fun, it's something that has to be prioritized, and it's different for absolutely everybody. I'm just talking about, for me, I've just come out of the shower, so I look a bit crazy, but whatever. For me, it's definitely facing things I'm afraid of, taking time to meditate and then fast, and really go deep. And I go deep by any method or manner that I can. As I've talked to you before, like even when I feel pain, I'm like, okay, I'm going to have my consciousness go as deep as the pain goes. So wherever it is I'm feeling the pain, I'm literally connecting my consciousness to there instead of pushing it away, because that's going to help me reconnect to self. And the more you can reconnect to self and be grounded, the more you can actually continue to exist as close to the full Sagittarius version of yourself. Thought I heard something. Because we have something very rare that we don't want to lose. So even though we're not being given any help or information or guidance or anything, the best thing we can do is hold on to ourselves and preserve ourselves as much as possible and stay as conscious as possible, because what's more precious than that? It's your own conscious awareness. Don't let anybody have that, and don't let that slip away from you. So I would say, yeah, now is the time to dig in your heels and insist on existing, because we cannot make things better if we just kind of slip away into a half dream, which is what everybody around us is doing. And they might be, I don't know if they can change or not, because this is a strange place and this is how they do things here, so I don't know. But I know that we don't have to, because we're nothing to do with here.